So does the perfect tree stand exist? And in my opinion, I'd say no. And whether you're into the Beast Gear stuff or the Lone Wolf Custom Gear stuff, I think they're both great stands. I got nothing bad to say about either one. I wouldn't knock one brand over another. I don't think you can go wrong with either. However, I do feel that there's lacking in both stands. Now, for me, I really like the 0.5. I've been running the 0.5 for years, and it works out really good. But there's some things about it that I would change if I could design my own stand, if I had the ability to just make things happen. When I was saddle hunting, I was using the Ambush platform. And the thing that I really loved about that platform is it had a really deep, aggressive V that bit into the tree. Kind of like the way the Beast stand has a real wide V in the bottom platform where it really kind of bites the tree. And that's something I feel in the 0.5 is really lacking, that the bottom platform is not aggressive enough. What I would love to see is they almost did it with that Ranger. But with the Ranger, all they did was take the Ambush platform and put a 0.5 seat on it. And what you're left with is a saddle hunting platform that's got a small seat that you can't sit on. Works good as a shelf if you want to set your bag on it while you're setting up or whatever, sure, whatever. But you don't want to sit on that stupid little thing. Plus, the platform's not long enough. You'll have your feet tucked underneath you. You won't even be able to stand up. So what I would love to see is to take that Ambush platform and extend it out to the length of 0.5, where you still have, where you can fold down your post and lock the seat into a shelf. I love that feature of being able to lock your seat into a shelf and set your bag on it and your pack for packing into the woods. The other thing that I would really love to see is, if you've watched any of my review videos, you'll see that I abuse the shit out of stuff. And I do it on purpose because I want to see what it's going to hold up to. You know, when I'm out in the woods, I want to hunt deer. I don't want to hunt for the right tree to set up in. That's the reason that I got away from saddle hunting. Don't care if you're a saddle hunter or not. It's just undebatable. You can get into more trees with a tree stand than you can with a quality tree stand than you can with a saddle. It's a fact. Argue with me all you want. You're not going to change my mind. I've done both. But as I was getting at before I got sidetracked there, in my 0.5, I have set up on some really crooked setups where the tree was leaning away, and I was using the tree bracket on the post, and I was on the last tooth where I was literally hanging by one tooth. And honestly, I'm genuinely impressed at how well that stand actually stayed locked onto the tree. But looking at it, it's like, man, if this one tooth slips, I'm tipping. There's no way this stand is gonna, because you're so far off canter by that point. You shift your weight wrong, you're gonna get dumped. So I'd like to see like maybe another half an inch added to each side of the bat wing of the stands, and then a really deep aggressive V with no cables. That's the other thing. If we got the technology now, not we, them, they do, where like Lone Wolf just came out with the micro step, and I got them. In fact, there's one sitting right there on the couch right there. They're making a stick that's a 1/4 inch thick. That's really cool. So you're telling me if you can do that with a stick, there's no reason that you can't make that platform on like an Ambush longer to the length of a 0.5, where you can fold that post in, lock the seat in into a shelf, and not have cables when you're standing up. That platform would feel so much bigger if you could, put your feet on the edge of the platform rather than having your ankles shoved in by cables. So anyhow, that's just my thought on what the perfect tree stand would look like. Essentially, it's just a built out Ranger. But yeah, I'm curious if you got any additional thoughts on what would be more useful in a stand. I'm interested. So anyhow, good luck hunting, guys. See you in the next video.